And yesterday, the Electoral Commission received the nomination forms of the two most important candidates. 88 days more to go. The Electoral Commission received the forms of the most important candidates, John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress and Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. Now let's go through what happened at the event. President Mahama was unable to attend the event in person. This will not be the first time a presidential candidate has not attended the event in person. But if you look at MPP, and you look at the MPP record, you will see that with MPP, it looks like they like to attend the event in person. So if you look at 1996, John Kufuor was there in person. 1992, Dubois was there in person. 2000, John Kufuor was there in person. 2004, John Kufuor was there in person. I remember Professor Mills was there in person for the 2008 and even the 2012 one. Professor Mills, no, 2012, he died before it happened. It was the NDC primaries for 2012, the one with Mrs. Rawlings. He was kind of there in person, wasn't he? But back to the main one. Nana Akufo-Addo was there in person for all the elections that he contested in 2008, 2012, and 2016. I think that Muhammadu Bawumia was just following the tradition of his party. He was there in person to present his forms to the Electoral Commission. John Dramani Mahama, unfortunately, was unable to make it. Johnson Asiedu Nketia did it for him. Let's go through the pictures and see what happened with the NDC nomination. There you have the General Secretary of the party, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, who is presenting a check to Jane Mensah. Asiedu Nketia is usually very critical of Jane Mensah. I'm not sure what the atmosphere in the room was when this was happening. But there's Johnson Asiedu Nketia in his smock, presenting the check for the payment of the money. There is Asiedu Nketia again. And in his presentation to the media, he was actually spitting fire and brimstone because he announced a demonstration or a protest which is going to occur around the country. We'll look at it shortly. But that's Johnson Asiedu Nketia. That's him again, handing over the documents to Jean Mensah, the Electoral Commission. Of course, later tonight, viewers will be talking about the American debates. Tonight is fireworks in the United States of America as Donald J. Trump comes up head-on collusion, tit for tat, clash for clash with Kamala Harris, the new kid on the block for the Democratic Party. And we have two of our people in America. Dr. Eche is still there for us. He'll be telling us what the latest is, what are the polls saying. And then we have a Ghanaian student lawyer in America who is very interested in the process. He also will be coming to share with us what his views are. That's coming at the last segment of the program. We are going all the way to the American elections. Tonight is debate night in the United States campaign. We have 88 days to go. They have about 60 days to go. It's going to be a feisty November in America and an interesting December in Ghana. Remember that when we get to the American debates, I'm going to tell you a story about how the Ghanaian political parties are going to look at the outcome of the American election, whichever way it goes. I'll tell you that story in a bit. So that's the NDC package for the Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission is expected to go through. They will not have much to do because John Dramani Mahama has been on the ballot before. He was qualified to be on the ballot in 2020. It's obvious that he will be qualified to be on the ballot in 2024. And he's also former president, by the way. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia is the first time of running for president, and so they are going to be scrutinizing his documents. But the MPP have always presented their presidential candidates. And I'm sure that is the same template they must have used for the filling of the forms for Alhaji Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, presidential candidate and running mate. I'm not sure why Jean Mensah did not attend if John Mahama was not able to go. Perhaps she was also busy, but typically she could have attended together with the General Secretary to present the forms, but somehow she didn't go. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that she was not there. Johnson Asiedu Nketia, however, made a big announcement, and that's our story about the submission of nomination forms. He made a big announcement at the Electoral Commission. He says that the NDC is going to conduct a nationwide protest against the Electoral Commission. He gave a date, and I'm going to show you the video in a bit. But the essence of the NDC complaint is that they believe that the transfer of votes or some voter process. So the Electoral Commission opened the voters register for new voters to come. Some people also transferred their votes, etc., etc. They believe that the process of transfer of votes has not been kind to them, and it has not been, the rules have not been obeyed. And so they want what they describe as a forensic audit of the voter register. And the Electoral Commission is not willing to give that because they say that the NDC's complaint lacks clarity. And so we're going to look at what Asiedu Nketia said. This is the video of Johnson Asiedu Nketia threatening thunder and brimstone after he submitted John Dramani Mahama's documents to the EC.
On the 17th of this month, the NDC is embarking on a massive nationwide demonstration in all 16 regional capitals. Descend on the Electoral Commission offices And we in Accra will descend to the headquarters and present further petitions as to why we think that they should conduct themselves in a manner that will guarantee peaceful, free, and fair elections.
Well, he didn't say much, and from our sources at the Electoral Commission, they are telling us that they think that the NDC complaint lacks clarity, and so they will be seeking to get more clarity from the NDC in terms of what they are worried about. Electoral Commission believes that there's nothing to hide. Their arms are open, their doors are open, and that the process is going on and everything is ready, almost ready, or everything would be ready for December 7th election. So, General, rest assured, there should be no problem. But you didn't tell us in detail what the process is about. We know that you're complaining about the voters register, and you want a forensic audit of it, but you didn't tell us what is really wrong with it. And we don't know whether other political parties share the concerns of the NDC regarding the integrity of the voters register. If the integrity of the voters register is compromised, it is the primary document. The voters register is the primary document for the election, so its integrity cannot be compromised. But I don't know whether other political parties share the views of the National Democratic Congress relating to the compromising of the integrity of the voters register. Let's see what happened. What date did he give again? Did he say 15th? I think he said 15th of September, nationwide strike. We are very, very ready to give it the full coverage. I told you the election coverage is always exciting to me. It's one of my favorite parts of being a political news reporter, election coverage. Whether it's primaries or whether it's the main election is always big. We are looking forward to the December days that we will not be sleeping from December 4, December 5, December 6, December 7. We will not be sleeping. We probably will sleep on December 8th early in the morning and be woken up and be told about the shocking results that have started coming in. You hear the call this one, say, hey, Charlie, this guy lost this play. Hey, this one, I miss those days. It comes every 4 years, so you'll certainly miss it, wouldn't it? Okay, we'll be heading towards it again this time. All right, so that's Johnson Asiedu Nketia. He's organizing a protest for the members of the NDC all over the country on the 15th of September, and they are protesting against the Electoral Commission. They are worried that the integrity of the voters register has been compromised. Okay.